Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm down here just south of Tampa Bay, and there is Rays fever. I run a restaurant. I see people out wearing Rays stuff more than
So
ever.
where? Bradenton is where it's all at right now?
There's a bit of it down there. We got quite a few people into this stuff down here.
All right, so there you go. It's the Bradenton, Sarasota area, Fez. That's why you're missing out on it.
Because I won't go over the big Skyway Bridge to see Ray's fever.
Why won't you go over that bridge?
That bridge is too big, and it fell down before.
Not that bridge, one before, and it only fell down because a ship hit it.
Right.
It didn't fall down on its own.
And they haven't stopped ships from going out underneath it. There's still ships out there every day.
When we lived in Florida, we would have gigs, like you'd go down to Sarasota to do a gig. And from my house, it was about 25 minutes away. You go down over the bridge and you're right, the beautiful area, Sarasota. Fez would drive up. He would see the bridge. He couldn't do it. So then he would drive around the Tampa Bay. He would literally drive up until there was no more bay, circle it around, driving 3.5 to 4 hours each way.
Oh. Yeah, could not do it. The span of that bridge, it's like trying to Mount Everest. It is like trying to climb a mountain. It is that steep.
How long is the ride over the bridge?
Over the bridge is 2 minutes.
So you traded in 3.5 hours for 2 minutes?
Beautiful. It's not as big as the Verrazano. The Verrazano was a much bigger bridge. It's a beautiful bridge over the mouth of a bay. You can see, miles in either direction. Gorgeous, sunlit, everything you'd want. He drives around the bay, basically driving up to Georgia, back down 95 and coming across.
Every time.
What are you doing over there?
Just hacking a little bit. Every time.
You get me sick, I'm going to fucking kill you.
I'm just not risking going over that bridge.
That's right, because 28 years ago a ship hit it.
Mm-hmm. And this,
right.
Yes, and this bridge, it's so high up, there's the big signs that high wind warnings.
Every bridge has that.
You could get blown right off of that thing.
No, it doesn't. It's just saying careful because you're going to have more wind, so hold on with fucking two hands. But there's not a bridge in America that doesn't have the fucking sign, high bridge warnings. I just went over the Delaware Memorial, high bridge warning.
I hate that when the car starts to shift back and forth because the wind is blowing so hard. You've probably reached another part of the atmosphere up that high. Your ears will definitely pop.
Maybe you should ditch that Pinto of yours. Get a bigger car.
You know what you ought to ditch?
You want to compare cars?
You know what you ought to ditch? You don't have a car right now.
All right, yeah.
Looks like I want to know.
You live in Manhattan. What are you going to show? The town car that you take to the fucking airport?
That doesn't count.
What are you? You're a Redbeard whenever you want to be?
No.
The inconsistent pirate.
I'm just amazed, because I thought the way he described the bridge, like Chesapeake Bay Bridge is a big bridge.
It's not as big as Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
Yeah, but that's what I had in my head. But you told me it's like a 2-minute ride over the bridge.
That's 2-3 minutes. It's a nice ride. First of all, most of it you go out, you're just riding right along the water. Then you go up over it so they can bring the ships in and out, and then you're right back down again. The arc of the bridge, doesn't take more than 2 minutes, Fez.
Oh, I know that, but it's still too steep. It feels like the car is actually going to go straight up and then fall backwards.
Is there a bridge that you like?
No.
So then let's stop blaming that bridge.
But this is the worst.
Do me a favor. After work today, we're going to get a lawyer. I'm going to go with you.
Right.
And we're going to sue that psychiatrist of yours for stealing money because you're no more sane. Joe, you're on Fez.
Hello?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Fez, your voice sounds kind of raspy.
It is.
Get that dick out of your mouth.
What's that?
Just get that dick out of your mouth.
All right, see, that was unnecessary. Here's Andy. Andy, you're on Fez. Andy, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, what's going on, buddies?
Hey.
I wanted to agree with Fez about Tampa Bay not being behind their teams. First of all, the Lightning 2 years ago with the Stanley Cup. But when I was down in Miami and the Marlins won the World Series, they went crazy. They had parades. They changed the name of the Clevelander to the Marlander for one day. And the next year, we went to the stadium, all Mets fans. I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, I lived down there when the first time they won the series, and they were drawing maybe 8,000-9,000 people up until the fucking playoffs.
They didn't even draw 10,000?
No.
Oh, my God.
Many fucking days. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It's fucking hot in Miami. If you got a fucking day game, it's unbearable. It's like sitting in the Sahara watching people playing baseball.
And baseball and football stadiums always is bad.
So many people tell me this when they're going to Marlins game. They're going, it's so hot right now, my crystal meth is melting. And I would always just say this. Just lick it off the blade. You don't have to sit there and fucking chop. Lick it right off the blade. Yeah, it's going to fucking taste terrible, but take that down. It's an extra little rush for you.
Well, what's the average?
Not hot dogs down there, huh?
Who could eat down there? So fucking wired.
So what's the average temperature on a day game? Because one just do like Texas does, and they move all the games to night when it's a little bit cooler.
Yeah, a little bit cooler. It's 3 degrees difference.
That's it.
What is he, Roker Bennington over here? Giving you the exact temperature.
I'm you know what?
What's the amount of precipitation, Ron?
There's a cooling front coming through from the north, and I think, and I'm worried we're going to get some thunder boomers this weekend.
Ron, I need the percentage of humidity on Thursday, around 5 o'clock.
Thanks for pointing that out, Redbeard. I'm not sitting here. I'm not your fucking weather channel, Earl. By the way, what's happening with that other hurricane, Fez?
I believe Hannah is supposed to hit South Carolina on Friday. So in 2 more days. Sometime Friday afternoon, and then Ike's going to come in right behind it.
Aren't we past naming these things and just numbering them?
I think Hurricane Ike might beat a lot of women. That's all I'm saying. The Turner guy?
Yeah, I got you. I got it. It just wasn't funny. It wasn't so much that it was so clever.
Right.
We couldn't get it.
Yeah. That's the point.
What are you writing down?
I just underline things.
What are you writing down? Be funnier? Talk about walking the fucking plank there, huh, Redbeard? It's not easy what Ronnie B does it? No. To fucking do a line and have it deliver. Yeah. Now you know what Watley goes through every day when he's not stepping on callers' jokes. Why?
That got an email saying that has to...
Oh, so there's no way around it now.
Yeah, that it's a hard time, even though I asked about that several times.
Here's John. John, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
I just want to agree with Fez about that bridge. I recently drove over it, and it was really intimidating and scary as I approached that bridge. And I was thanking God that I was in the passenger sitting on the side looking out over that bay. It's pretty scary.
Why would you feel better as a passenger than as the driver? If I was nervous about something, I'd want the fucking wheel.
No,
even like if I'm in a plane and it's turbulence, I'll just go up front and say, let me just take it until we get out of this. I'd feel, if we're going to die, I'd like to be the one fucking responsible for it. Do you have problems with bridges?
No, actually, I never had a problem with the bridge. But as I made the approach, I looked up and I said, "This is the steepest bridge I've ever seen in my life." Actually,
Well, that's all you got to do is to weird yourself out.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has done that a little bit on a bridge before. You always feel better when you're at the top of a bridge. You ever even notice people with bridge fears? Once you get to the very top, they're like, "Oh, okay, now I can see the other side." You know, I'm not driving off into the fucking oblivion.
Is this the same bridge that was in True Lies?
No.
That's not the same bridge? Because
No.
what bridge is that? That's Florida.
Yeah, that's Florida, but they have more than one bridge. The one that you saw there was like the 7 Mile Bridge or whatever going to Key West.
Oh, okay.
And that one you just drive straight, but you're driving out.
So this bridge is not as long as that bridge?
No.
Oh, well then this bridge sounds like a piece of cake.
This bridge isn't as big as the Verrazanos. Have you been over the Verrazanos, Fez?
I've never been over the Verrazano.
That's what you're going to do tonight. You're going to go over the Verrazanos, but I'm going to have you holding on to roller skates. You're just going to hold on to the back of the truck and roller skates.
See, my palms get real sweaty, and I'm afraid they'll slip off the back of the truck. And then I'm just free, skating.
You know what I'm happy about today?
What?
We started off talking about the country and bringing the country together, and ended up talking about one of your phobias.
Oh.
That's what's always so fun about this show, is that we can always get back into, no matter what could be happening, there could be an asteroid fucking approaching the planet, and this show would end up talking about Fez saw a spider, and now he's worried that when he sleeps, it's going to crawl in his mouth. You're like having a baby. where everything has to be about you.
I'm not. I don't mess myself or anything. I'm not so baby-like.
That's not true.
Your
There's
ass
stains.
smells like you do.
4 out of 5 days here, there's usually brown stains on the back of his pants. Or at least his boxers. 4 out of 5 days.
I do not have
That's
brown
80% of the time.
80%, because I check them every day.
Now, my sister-in-law, she was wondering about this about her baby. The kid is like almost 2 years old and doesn't know her colors yet. And she's concerned. What point should a baby know their colors?
All right, let me look this up. According to this, your niece is retarded.
Oh.
Eric, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey there, buddy.
Do this for her, Fez. Get her a hard hat.
What color?
Hey, sorry. Hey, listen, I have a problem with Fez that he's scared to drive 2 minutes over a bridge that it took a ship to bring down, but he has no problem coming in there risking your health there, Ronnie B.
That's very true. You know what? Big ass prize closet. God forbid somebody thinks of something outside of the Watley Manor. Everything's got to be about him.
We need to get you some of those face masks.
Face!
Like in that movie Outcast.
Face.
Hey, I've been plugging a little bit of the hook here. Here's a brand new song by our man Sleeves. This is called 50 States of Confusion. It's about what we're going through in the country right now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the American phenomenon, like puppets in the Sesame Street, we speak phenomenon. The problem isn't something for Batman or for Robin, cause we're stumbling and we're reeling, and the cause is pretty common. There are 50 states of confusion, from a modern stupefaction to a troubled institution. There are 50 states of confusion, from a hazy disarray to a mistaken evolution. I'm Van Jackson, drowned out and blown like a fuse. The old Samaritan's become the new carnage brew. To keep my hands in my pockets in the pants of the blues, and I shrug to myself, I believe I'm confused. There are 50 states of confusion, from a modern stupefaction to a troubled institution. There are 50 states of confusion, from a hazy disarray to a mistaken evolution. A do do a do do do.
That's Sleeves. Nobody better than the Sleeves, Fezzy. He's got a brand new album out this year called Peas Hoed. Sleeves, Peas Hoed is now available.
You can get it by going to RadioGhost.com. That's RadioGhost.com. You can buy the CD for $10 plus shipping and handling, or you can get a $16 version. That's autographed by Sleeves by going to RadioGhost.com.
Sleeves really impressed with himself there, autographing things.
So you get that new song, 50 States of Confusion, a new version of Peas Hold, the title track, and Pajibi, and plenty of other songs on there.
Now, last year, Mafia Life Chris bought a bunch of them for us to give away this year. That's back out. If anybody wants to fill up our prize closet, we will do the plugs. For your website, your product, just let us know. Sleeves, Peas Hoed is now available. Here's some of the songs on there. Bajibi, the Big A song, which is one of my favorite. Of course, Peas Hoed, Intercourse Lifeboat, I don't even remember. 50 States of Confusion. The Weird Medicine theme is on there, the Mooch song. Oh, and the Bajibi Dark Continent mix, as well as many, many other songs. So that's Sleeves, Peas Hoed, and look at the job on this. This is a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, that's done by Robot Artists. Did the cover art for the back and front of the CD.
Fantastic job. Fantastic job, sir.
RadioGhost.com. That's RadioGhost.com to pick up Sleeves' new CD, Peas Hoed.
Ruby is one of the songs. What was that about?
That was when Dave's mom used to dress Dave up as a little girl and call him Ruby.
Is it too late to get a Redbeard song on there?
And a pinafore.
Redbeard. Look at his headphones on his hair. Oh, he's fixed it.
What happened?
Oh. Don't let him make fun of you all day.
No, I'm not. But that
don't let
like
him make fun of you all day.
The Ruby song was very catchy. He's one of the best songwriters in the history of America. Honestly.
Wow, that's big. And I know you. You don't jump out like that.
I think about things. Yeah. And Tom Waits, Bob Dylan, and then Sleeves.
And here's our good friend, Mafia Life Chris. Chris.
What's up, buddies?
Yeah.
I spoke to Sleeves yesterday, and yes, once again, I will be purchasing a whole slew of them and handing them out to you guys to give.
Now, would you please purchase the ones that he signs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because that'll cost you a little more. So you let us know what the plugs are. We'll be glad to do them.
No problem.
Peace, Hode.
Take care, guys.
All right, peace. Good job. Good job all the way around. Here is Robert. Robert, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, how you doing? I was just saying, there's a big reason to be scared to go over that bridge. I went over it during the winter, and I actually was involved in a 100-car pileup. Well, because fog actually just sits over the bridge when it gets cool outside and the water's warm.
I've been over that bridge where you couldn't see 2 feet ahead of you. But what are you going to do? The bridge ain't going anywhere, Fez. I mean, you could be on a 100-car pileup on any fucking highway in America.
Sure, but it was foggy the day the thing fell down, too.
Right.
And some people just kept on driving into the fog and off the bridge.
Yeah, but some of them landed on the ship.
Yeah.
So that was helpful.
On the deck of the barge.
Darren, you're on Run of Fez. Darren, real quick, buddy, go ahead.
Oh, hey, ask Fez if he could go across the Causeway Bridge out of New Orleans. It's 26 miles long.
I thought about you on that bridge, Fezzy. It's a 26-mile-long bridge, and that's the one you got to get over to get out of New Orleans in a storm. I mean, that fucking city, I'm not going to lie to you about it, not the best planning went into where to put that city. You're surrounded by water.
26 miles of causeway and bridge.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah. But again, in a lot of ways, if you're on I-95, you're on a giant bridge. You're on a giant causeway. Just because there's not water underneath you, you're in the same exact structure as what a bridge is.
Yeah, but there's the falling aspect.
Yes, you could fall off of this you'll just hit dry land. That's the fucking thing. Most of the time, when you're on a highway, you're up off the ground. It is a bridge. You just don't see water on every side. So be afraid every time you're in a car is what I'm trying to explain to you.
It's going to work.
When you leave that apartment. Every time you leave the apartment, the odds go up that you could die. I mean, you go under a river.
Yeah.
What's to keep that water from crushing down and filling up the subway system? Nothing.
Yeah, there has to be millions of pounds of pressure.
Yeah.
Billions.
Trillions. All right.
Zillions? Trillion is bigger.
Scamillions.
Too many.
Why don't they, I always wonder, why don't they just dig a gigantic moat around New Orleans?